Chico's so busy, he's so kind, he's so adorable. What is it? This dog is a blockade, an impediment, a distraction in Chico's life. He's barely doing his own things for himself. He needs to take care of this dog. You know what? I'm going to put him to sleep. She decided on her own, didn't tell Chico, didn't ask for permission, poison the dog. And she thought she was being very humanitarian by doing so. Isn't that what we do often in our lives? We assume things about people. We take measures based on our feelings. We don't communicate, we take decisions, done. And then, wars. In our families, in our societies, in everywhere. And then Chico, what do you think was Chico's reaction? Do you think she came and said, oh, yeah, thank you so much for killing me? No. He was mad. He was angry. Because anger is a byproduct of our spiritual vibrations that creates a physiological reaction. What could we do? But he didn't go kicking, screaming about it, but he was resented about it. The days went by. One day, you remember how he used to psychograph? Everybody knows. Psychograph with the hands, here on his forehead. And then Nana came along and said, Chico, we cannot keep working here if you don't resolve this resentment. What do you want me to do, Emmanuel? You want me to do what? I love my dog. She killed my dog. I am resented, of course. What can I do? Well, this work here with us is not going to go well if you don't resolve it. This is creating a vibratory blockade. And that's what we do. We keep being resented about others, and then we think nobody's here. Hi, how are you? There is a vibratory wall here of resentment. It's there. And it's creating disease. For sure. One day it's going to show up. Not in this life, in a future life. Well, Emmanuel said, that is creating an obstacle for us to keep working together. What do I do? Well, Emmanuel was a good educator. He was a good educator, good disciplinarian, and directed by the even higher spirits on how to educate that mind of Chico Xavier. Said, okay, I'm going to give you the rest. Are you guys ready? Because it's quiet. He said, you then, to erase those feelings of resentment that are creating obstacles in your life and blocking our working mediumship, you need to find out what this lady loves the most. And then she was like, what? Yes, what she loves the most. And Emmanuel replied, well, when you find out what she loves the most, buy it for her and give it to her. He was outraged. He was like, man, I am resented with her. I know. That's what I'm telling you. You go there, find out what she loves the most, buy it for her, give it to her. What does it have to do with resentment? Music. If your mentor suggested that to you today about somebody, maybe there's somebody you're resented with, maybe not. Maybe. What would you say? You're crazy. I am the one feeling that way. And then he said, okay, go there and do it. If you want to erase that feeling, continue this work we're doing. Chico Xavier knew that Emmanuel advice, because how do we know if the spirits are suggesting good things or bad things to us? The golden rule. If what they suggest is going to benefit others and us, it's a good advice. If they say, give bread to that person, why? Give bread to that person? Well, the person needs bread. Yeah, it's a homeless. The person is homeless. Go ahead. Chico did it. He was obedient. It's funny because you open the Gospel according to Spiritism, it says obedience and resignation. We're very obedient because it's the consent of reasoning. Not even talk about feelings. He turned to me and said, I will obey you because I know you care. And you may be right. I don't know how it connects to erasing, deleting these feelings of resentment, but I'll do it. Well, it wasn't easy because Chico was poor, number one. He didn't have even money for himself or his family. He found out that the lady dreamed day and night about a sewing machine. He didn't have the money. But he's obedient to the mentor. He started saving money. Can you believe it? Saving money to give something to the person who hurt feelings. We barely know how to save money for ourselves, right? So maybe that's why sometimes it's so difficult to save money for ourselves, because maybe we're resented with ourselves. We're not self-forgiving, maybe. Well, that's another story. But the story about Chico, he saved the money, bought it, knocked on her door, and said, I heard you really dreams about this, and gave it to her. When he gave it to her, can you imagine somebody giving to you something you've been dreaming for so long? How would you feel? It's like joy, gratitude, everything all together. That amazing feeling. She hugged Chico so much that after that hug, he left and was feeling lighter. It's like a makeover of the heart. What happened there? And Emil, as a good educator, showed up and said, do you feel? Didn't I tell you? It's gone. Do you feel resented? No, it's gone. Is it the hug? If it's the hug, we're good here. Because in Spiritist debates, we hug each other so much. We're good. What is it, Emil? And then Emil explained that the vibrations of gratitude, they came from her, deleted, recycled, transformed those feelings of resentment. When he boosted the feeling of gratitude in her, magical laws of life, like gravity. Something we'll never forget. Very wild technique, but effective. For us, it's wild because we are actually barbarians, emotionally speaking. It's not that the technique is wild, we are wild. Because to think about this high level of emotional intelligence. Well, in that story, we know, true account, that Emmanuel came and said, if you continue feeling this, you're blocking the way of the communication with the good spirits. Because you're staying in this lower vibration. That's how our emotions dictate the steps of our communication with all the lines that are in our network, inevitably. In that line of thought, we need to know who is in our network. Do you want to know? Because Kardec says, who is in our network? Spirit's book. In question 514, he asked the spirits, well, who is in our network? Well, of course, Kardec's time network didn't exist as a word. But he said, who are these who are always surrounding us? So now we know whom we brought here with us to the event. You want to know who is in the spirit realm? Here they are. 4 different categories of spirits. Number 1, that is constantly with us, protector spirits, guardian angels, and good spirits. Who are they? They are minds that are more evolved than us. Thank God. They are here in our lives to guide us like an angel. They'll never abandon us. But Vanessa, what if I'm creating? That's when they're going to be closer to you. Because they know you need them. You need them more than ever. Not to babysit you or spoil you away, but to make sure you go back to track. We go back to track. They're always there. They're here. Why wouldn't they? They're mingling there amongst themselves. All of our guardian angels together. They are putting plans for us to work together in some way, form, and much more to help our family members. Because when we are here in these spiritist events, meetings, people think that only when we receive the passes, we're receiving a spiritual surgery treatment. Right here now. They are working on this. They are already eliminating vibrations that are not useful to us anymore. They are giving us spiritual vitamins. They are visiting our homes, taking care of loved ones. And then when we go back, many things can be changed. Because they want us to progress. But are they the only ones in our network? No. Well, there are good ones there again. Familiar spirits. Who are they? Good spirits. Sometimes not very advanced, sometimes even frivolous, from previous lives or this life. They like us. We've been together in previous lives, or even in this, and they are here. They are in our lives because we're family. And sometimes it's funny. We're eating, and they are eating with us. Well, read the book. Read the book, The Messengers, and more of Andrea Lewis, and you see more in the greater world and others that talk about it. But they're there. Let's say we're talking to our spouse. They're just like family. How's family when we're talking to our spouse? I don't agree. No, he's right. No, she's right. And sometimes what was just a conversation is like, it could be a good thing too, if they help us. But sometimes their intervention is a little dramatic sometimes, and can create some turmoil, because sometimes they're not very good. But they love us, and they start, they're on our side, or on our spouse's side, or our children's side, and it becomes very complex, right? And we go to therapy, talk to our therapist, and say, I don't know what happened. I just asked this question to my child, and it was a storm in our home. Who was there? We're not blaming the spirits, but we have the connections. Our feelings open doors for their action too. Who else is in the connection with us right here and now as well? Sympathetic spirits, spirits that like what we like and feel what we feel, not necessarily we're family. But let's say we like coming to spiritist meetings. They do too. They come with us, and then we get to know each other. That's how it is. Well, let's say they like soccer. We do too. We watch soccer. They do too. Oh yeah, can you believe it? Earthbound spirits. They're here. They like drinking. We go to a bar. They sit down and drink with us. Yes. They like dancing. We do too. They see. Oh, they like it. We do too.